Cool. Day 5, end of the week for some. As a real estate investor, you don't have any weekends. Every day is a work day. It is Friday. It's follow up Friday. So on Fridays, I usually typically love to do follow ups. These follow ups can be from months ago. They can be from last week. They can be from up to a year for follow ups. But I love doing follow ups on Fridays. Why? I don't know. Because it gives a meaning to, like, it kind of makes it fun. It makes it, because every day, like I said, every day is a work day. So it's good to have like some days where you have dedicated to something specific, where you kind of look forward to doing something. I love doing follow ups. I love checking back in on the agents that were open to having conversations with me, that were, per se open to having, creative talks about doing creative financing. Open to, their seller, doing something, a little bit unconventional, or just to update whatever was going on. Even I like doing it with sellers. So I love doing a big follow up of kind of like everybody that I have in my pipeline, and just do follow up with them. So I went ahead and listed out a few of the follow ups. I only have about 7 good follow ups, or no, 10 good follow ups that I already have scheduled out for today. That I'm going to follow up these guys. These are guys that, ranging from talking to, I talked to these guys, what, a year ago now? No, about 9 months ago, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, last month, 2 months ago. So yeah, these range all throughout the year. These are just good relationship people that I like talking to, and I went ahead and looked up, their houses are still on the market. So these are homes that have been on the market for almost a year. So I mean, they're out there, and I just want to see out how we can kind of get to the finish line and get them paid, and find out the motivation, find the bunnies, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna start the day with doing follow ups. But first, let me recap what we did yesterday. So yesterday, we had a cool call with Carla. Carla was a sweetheart. She was honestly, like, she didn't give me no pushback at all, which you don't get a lot from real estate agents. I kind of pitched to her as far as, like, me kind of coming in with, a lower offer as far as cash offer, but I also like to buy things creatively, and like to make sure the agent gets paid. So I mean, what is it? And I kind of pitched to her like a scenario that we did just last month over a property, because her seller is looking to purchase another home, and so that's what's kind of stopping her from selling this one, because she needs to purchase another one. So what we did is I pitched a story about a seller that and so I actually need to get this agent on this Zoom one day so she can kind of talk about her experience about this. But this is just last month. Her seller needs to buy another property, and we ended up getting a contract with them creatively, and they were able to take that contract and present it to their lender, and that was proof enough to say, okay, we'll go ahead and fund this project for you. And they are able to close on that day, and we were able to close on another one. It was a little hectic because I did have a vacation already scheduled for the day that we were supposed to, or a few days after we were supposed to close. Um, and things got crossed where, yeah, so things got crossed, and we ended up having to push it back just a little bit, but everything worked out. Everything was closed. I think we pushed it. I don't think we pushed it back a day. I think we just pushed it back a few hours. So everything closed on the same day. No, nothing, no harm, no foul. So Carla was really cool. So we talked to Carla about that. We ended up scheduling 4 showings for this weekend for the wrap property I have out in Fort Worth, for actually both of them. So it's actually 4 for one, and then 2 for the other one. So I'm gonna go out to those. I'm also gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna live stream those. I'm gonna try to live stream it. We'll see if it works. I'm gonna live stream those, or at least take a video so I can put it out here and show you guys on a recap. So make sure you subscribe, so whenever I post that, you'll get the notification, so you can go and take a look at how that happened. What else? What else? What else? Talk to agents about creative. Yeah, we did that a few people. A few people were open to it. I sent out emails to the other guys that are open to it. And yeah, we had a pretty productive day yesterday. So what we're gonna do today outlined is we're gonna go ahead and start with the follow ups like we always do. start with the follow-ups, stay in touch with those guys, kind of figure out, what's their thing. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put one more person on follow-up because I haven't talked to her in a while. She was really cool, and also uh, talk to both of those ladies, see how they're doing. Yeah, do some follow-up, see how they're doing, and then we're gonna hop back into agent outreach, call some more agents. Try to the list again I'm pulling is properties that have been on the market for 60 days and plus. Just because that's when the market really kind of shifted a lot for a lot of people. Slowly but surely, and if they're still on the market now, they're either already knowing about they need to shift things. They need to shift their mindset, and hopefully their agent help them out. And sometimes agents just don't know. So 60 days plus DFW area, and let's go. Cool, 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 cool. Agent changes. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and follow up. Follow up first is with Carla. Actually, I'm not gonna do Carla first. We're gonna do Stacy first. So Stacy still didn't answer me from last time. Um, let's go ahead and give Stacy another call to see what's going on. I texted him and I called him, and Stacy seemed like he was like ready to go. Like he was ready to, you know, ready to get an offer and ready to go. I already sent him an email, texted him, and called him. See if today is a better day for Stacy.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message.
Stacy really don't be answering his phone. He did that the first day I called him too, and I double called him, and he ended up having to call me back.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
Stacy's still not answering, dude. That's crazy. Let's go and call Pedro. So, cool thing with Pedro. So, what I plan on doing with Pedro is he sent me 2 listings that were on the market for a while. I'm gonna kind of follow up and see like how those properties are going. I see what they got going on. So the idea for these, they're pretty tight as a flip. And actually, let's go over that real quick. So, I think it'd be cool to kind of go work with you guys over what I'm trying to do. Um, Actually, I'm not. I don't think it's even worth even taking down that route. But what I'm gonna do is it's tight. No, actually, no, because this is educational. So let me tell you why it's not gonna work as a flip. For me personally. Again, I'm trying to do a lot of these deals where I'm having to take no money out of my pocket using business credit, private money lenders, whatever I can. Honestly, sellers that end up just being the bank. Whatever I can to kind of you know make that debt cost of debt a lot cheaper for myself. Um, so let me find that flip calculator so I can kind of go over these properties with you. So one of them, oh, I forgot to share my screen. All right, cool. So let's share the screen. Share. Cool. All right, so I'm assuming you guys can see this. um, let's see. This is one of the properties. Yeah, this is one of the properties right here. This is not one of the properties. So one of the properties is 726 square foot. Retail value, I got it at I'm gonna say two. I'm gonna be conservative just because the way the market is right now. I saw a comp out there was like at 257, but I wasn't sure about that one. So I'm gonna stick at 230 is the ARV. He's trying to sell it for 118, right? And I have to take an effect of closing costs because I usually buyers to take care of closing costs, so it's about 2%. So right now, with the purchase price and closing costs, I'm at about 120,000. And now this property is gonna need like the whole deal. Like this one, this one had like the floorboard, like the floor was caving in, like the wood like broke down. Like I think this is gonna be like a whole destroyed. I think it's a whole. I think this be a destroyed one. Um, and I have them sectioned off right here. So I do about $20 a square foot for cosmetic, about $40 a square foot for basic, $60 a square foot for full guts. Full gut mean so. Let me break it down. So cosmetic is carpet, carpet paint. Fixing things like light fixtures, stuff like that, little stuff that that'll make it look right, right. And then my basic renos, like maybe I just need to take care of the kitchen, and then it's still paint carpet. Or I need to take care of upgrading the bathroom, upgrading the master bedroom. Those are the kinds of the things that stick out the most. Maybe I need to take care of one of those things. That's kind of what I'm looking at as far as a basic reno. Just go ahead and knock it out, update things a little bit to where it's at 2023 standards. Full gut means I need to replace the kitchen, bathroom, fix up the bedrooms, paint carpet. I need to renovate like a lot of things. And then destroyed means I need to repair things and I need to remodel things. So like walls caved in, floor dipping in the floor, it's a hole in the ceiling, stuff like that. I need to repair it, and then after that, I need to remodel it. I need to upgrade the kitchen, upgrade the bathroom after I do all that. So that's what I mean as far as destroyed property. So on this one, I feel like that's what I need to do. So I'm doing that one at $75 a square foot. Landscaping on the outside. Um, I'm gonna keep this one at 5,000 just because the area it's in. I don't need to do anything fancy dancy with it. I just need to kind of pick it up to speed with about $5,000 worth of landscaping. It's not terrible on the outside, so I'm not too worried about that. So the idea on this one actually, this is a 2x2. I have thought about making it a 3x2 just to kind of raise up the value in there. So I might have to see what that area is doing and see if that's even an option. Actually, let's go and take a look at it real quick. See if I still got it pulled up. It is fine. I don't know if it's drive or what it is. Yeah, I knew I'm gonna pull up. Let's go to Zillow. Plus, everybody got Zillow anyway, so this might help out just knowing. Okay, cool. So he's selling it for 118, right? Here's the pictures of it, and you can kind of see where I mean, like this is destroyed. Um, Carpet. Things need to be repaired and things need to be remodeled, right? They don't have a picture of the floor where. So let me actually. They have better pictures on Privy. Because it doesn't even show where the floor is caved in. Or maybe that's the other picture of the other home. Okay, maybe that's the other home. Okay, but still, I would still need to need to go through the works, and it's actually 396 as far as the square footage. Oh, and sorry, this is a 2-1, so it's not even a 2-2. So I would probably want to add a bathroom and add a bedroom, ideally. And looking at the comps in the area, maybe I didn't even comp this very well. Let me actually go ahead and comp it. So we have one pending. We have two pending right now for. It looks like it says 159. So I never go based off pending. I look at pending. I definitely look at pending houses just because I like to see like what people are interested in. I don't go based off what the listing price is when I know it's under contract. So sometimes I even call the agents and I'll say, hey guys, I know you can't probably tell me what you got it listed for, but is it at listed, or did you guys get it just under just to get it done, or how's the process going on for you, this and that. Um, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So we have these two that's under contract right now. Let's go and take a look at these actually. See the finishes they did, kind of get an idea. I don't have any pictures at all. My computer's moving really slow, and maybe because I'm streaming this, I don't know. All right, so this one's cleaned up, right? This one's cleaned up, good to go. I would call this agent. And see. I would call this agent to see what's going on. That's what I would do. So actually, let's do that. I'm telling you what I would do instead of doing it. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm gonna call this agency. Hey, what's what? You know, I see you got under contract. Congratulations. This, that, and the other. You know, and see if he can tell me that price for me. I think this is my neighbor. I think this is my neighbor. No, I think that is her. I used to live in Grand Prairie, and my neighbor moved in from I don't know, I think Louisiana, and she was an agent as well. And like since I saw that picture, I think that's her. I'm not gonna mention that. I'm gonna just go with the flow because I don't want to be wrong. Because that'd be weird. I don't know. Actually, let's bring it up. Let's see how that works. I'm gonna see if that. Let me see if that's my name. It's probably not though. I don't remember her name.
Your call has been forwarded.
Let's see what kind of finish they did on it. Another thing I like with Privy is you can see the before and then after pictures. So you can see they colored it yellow. Looks like they painted yellow and stuff like that.
Your call has been forwarded.
Of course, they didn't answer. Oh, should I call one more time? Honestly, I don't care. I'm gonna call again. It's the third time. I usually want triple call. I'm gonna blame it on my phone. It's not answering, bro. You got a house under contract. You're not answering your phone.
Your call has been forwarded.
All right. Anyways, well, I tried to call them about that. This house has been on the market for about 80 days, so it took a while for them to actually get that closed as well. And so they probably honestly went through some price drops as well. Let's take a look, see if they went through any price drops. So they had it listed back in October. They had it listed for 165. They dropped it a month later, a little less than a month later, at 157, and they stayed at 157. And so throughout that time, so yeah. Let's see if I can. Wish this other property has some comps. I can kind of take a look at it. It's under contract right now. Let's see if I can look at it on Zillow. See if Zillow has any pictures. Zillow has nothing. Okay, so I don't even know what this one's even sold for or what it even looks like. Let's go back up here. Yeah, I don't know if what it even sold for, what it even looking like. Let me see. All right, so that one's not That one's not helping. So let's see what else we can find. This 222 sold in September. Doesn't look like they really did much to it. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, it's not giving me any. It's not giving me anything. Let's go to here. They didn't recently sell this, and it looks really basic. So I'm not going based off that. I might just have to go on MLS and take a look at that, but I don't want to do that because a lot of you guys don't have MLS access. So I want to keep it to like what you guys can actually see and stuff like that. But I'm sure I can find something. Let's see. This is why I like Privy. Privy has like everything I need. All I gotta do is scroll and I can like figure out like everything I need right here. So 186, about 18.18 away, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. This is a pretty decent comp. It sold back in December last month, about 1 month ago. It was on the market for about a little over 2 months, actually, almost 3 months. Let's take a look at this one. And this looks like a renovation comp too. Yeah, so they actually did renovations on this one. Good square footage, year built within like just on the brink of 10. Good yard space. I think ours has about 7,002. So yeah, good cleanup home. Um, okay, decent there. Nice little job to it. Okay, no appliances and all that kind of stuff. All right, cool. Let's call Araceli. Araceli, and they just sold this one last month. Give a call to see kind of what kind of traction they got. And to see if they have any buyers too. So I'm also on call to see if she's working with a investor buyer that she listed this with, and then if they're looking for any more buys because they just bought this one to see if they want to buy another one. Um, cool. Oh, that's not what I tried to do. 24, 325, 70, 21. Keep doing that.
Your call has been forwarded.
But I probably these agents.
Your call has been forwarded.
It don't make no sense. So I can't really get a good grasp. I'm gonna say 186 is a pretty decent comp. 186 is pretty decent. Um, so let's go with that. So go back to the calculator. Um, say my ARV is 180, 180, 180. I'm gonna say 185 because I want to be like that. Okay, 185. Thinking this kind of job may take about 3 months. Could honestly take about 8 weeks, so about 2 months. Think my guys can do it in like 2 months. So I'll put 2 month flip in there. Same job. Did I change the square footage? Is 796. Oops. 796. Um. So okay, yeah. So I'm also thinking about adding a bed and a bath. So that 185 I have right there is the comp for a 2-1. So if I go back actually, so I should do that real quick. I'll go back and see if I want to add a 3-2, make it a 3-2, and see what the comps are for that. Uh, huh. So we got a 225 over here. Actually, let's go back over here so we can Do it by sold. This one sold actually on my mom's birthday. 227. 20 years newer, and it's over half a mile away. So whenever I'm looking at comps, I want to make sure they're within half a mile. So this one's a little bit over half a mile. I might still take it depending on what I have left. And it's 20 years built, so that completely takes it out of the park for me, honestly. Um, then comes the one we just saw. This one was sold for 97. 90 is a good comp for me. This is over. This is a 3-2. It's new. It's older. Has a really big. Has a lot more square footage, or a lot more. What is it called? Square footage and lot size. But when I add those two, bed and bath, it might kind of equal out for me. 190. I don't think that's worth it, honestly. Let's see what else we got. And now it's going back. It's going back a little bit too far for me, honestly. Like it's back in September now. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, it's back in September when these were last sold. Um, yeah, that's a little bit too back far for me. So I think I'm gonna stay with 185, honestly, so I can be conservative, even if it's a 3-2. So that's really hurting it too. Um, so I'm adding in a um, I'm adding in a contingency in there. So just in case the renovation goes longer than expected, or I need to add something that I didn't account for, or what else? If there's a reorder on some kind of product or whatever the case is, if anything happens, this is basically like a fund where like I'm budgeting 15% in there, and I have some money in there just in case something goes wrong, right? So typically, whenever you go, so next side is the holding. So holding means like I'm taking out a loan from a lender. Lenders usually lend up to 70 to 80% depending on your experience in flipping and how many rentals you hold. You can kind of vary from 70 to 80%. Let me see if you have any questions too. Okay, cool. It varies from 70 to 80%. So ideally, I'm pretty sure I can get a 80% loan. When I do this, they'll probably charge me about 11 points. So 80%, and they'll do 80% of my renovation and also purchase. So that's as a whole. This is no. As a whole. So whenever I take out that loan, they'll charge me about 11%. So here's all the numbers: charging 11% hard money for it. They'll do me about 2%, 2 points on it, maybe 2.5. Property taxes, I actually didn't even look up, but let's do it. Let's go ahead and dig into it. You get a full cash offer development. So also what I like about Privy, you can go down here to tax assessments, and they also have the property taxes for you right here. 25.75. I'm gonna just make it round. 25.75. I'm not gonna mess with the insurance and utilities. I'm gonna leave that the same. Um, and so also, so these are the three kind of steps that a fix and flipper would have to go through. They have to make sure they account for the renovation, budget the renovation. Total renovations look like it's gonna be about 7,500 or 75,000. Then they account for like how long they're gonna hold the property and their holding costs. This looks like it's gonna be about 8,000. And also I have a tab in here. So say that I want to use private money, and they'll lend me their money for 7, 8, 10, 12%, whatever the case is. I can also add that in here as well, and that'll be in there. I might add that in there too. They'll probably charge me like 12%. Oh, 12%. They'll charge like 12% of like the down payment, something like that. What is this doing it for? Yeah. That's probably charging like 12%. So all right, and then so yeah, the holding costs, and then the last thing they have to account for is the selling. So whenever they fix and flip it, they have to flip it and sell it at that point. So they have to put it on the market. They have to, usually a lot of agents and flippers now are staging their property so they can kind of give that homey feel whenever buyers are going through it. So you have to pay for staging. You also have to pay for closing costs on your side. Uh, You also have to, seller credits if you're doing anything like that, like a seller, a 2-1 seller buy down, or buyer 2-1 buy down. If you're doing any concessions towards the buyers or anything like that. You also have to pay for both the agent's commissions. You have to pay for your listing agent and also your seller or the buyer's agent. So you have to make sure you account for all that. So if I'm going through this way, I in the deficit. I'm losing money if I do this deal. And so that's only if I buy it at that 118. So now we can play with the numbers. So if we're playing with the numbers, I can say, you know, I'm probably gonna keep it as a 2-1 and sell it as that way because I'm not really making much money if I try to, put in more renovations to make it a 3-2. So let's say if I get it at 80,000, let's see what that kind of gets me. It's probably still be in the deficit, but let's see. So I'm profiting maybe like $6,000. That's not worth my time. Like I'm trying to shoot for probably like 15%, 20% return on investment. So I'm trying to get this number to 20%. That's best I can. So I might have to, I might have to be at like 55. I might have to be at like 55. And I'm at 31. So let's see. 65,000. All right, so right on the dot, 20% right there. So this is ideally where I would want to be if I took on this job. I'd want to get him to 65%, which is basically a little more than half of what he actually has it listed for. And so that's where I feel like, this kind of flip is not even up my, like, I'm not even trying to do this one. Just because all the stuff that I feel like I can do. Now I can play with the rehab that can, maybe it's really not a $75 square foot. Maybe if I just do a full gut and make it 60, that drops down 15,000 for me on the renovation, makes it a $60,000 job, and then I'm at double what I had before. So maybe I can pay a little bit more. So let's do maybe 85. I can I can deal with 85. I can deal with 85. What I'm gonna tell him is I could probably do 80. I could probably do like 80 and see where he goes from there. And then that's where I'm kind of open to doing a novation. So a novation is so basically I don't have to go to the bank. I don't need to go get the loan from the bank. I don't have to put in I passed it. This I don't have to get this 80% loan. I don't have to get this high interest rate. I can just partner with the seller, fix it up, and then put it on the market. And then once actually somebody buys it on the market, then the seller gets the rest of their money, and I get the rest of mine for putting in the work. So all I have to worry about is the renovation part of it. Um, so at that point, if I'm putting about 60K into it, and they're wanting 118 altogether, that's looking like what is that 180 something. That's still not enough room in there for me. So I'm going to talk to Pedro to see what we can do to kind of get this deal to work out and what numbers we need to be at to kind of work it out. And that's the kind of call that we're going to be on. So hopefully that kind of helped the breakdown of what a fix and flipper keeps in mind, because at the end of the day, say you want to wholesale this deal, you would need to be at you probably would need to be at like 75 and sell it for like, you need to get this on the contract for like 75. That way you could sell it for like 80, 85, and that way your fix and flipper is actually making some money from this deal. So that's kind of how I break the deal down on both sides. Cool. All right, let's give Pedro a call real quick. What's Pedro's number? Should have had it saved. I don't have it saved. Pedro. Maybe could sell it to Juan. Juan, I know, was trying to buy properties. So what I want to do is I want to get it on the novation agreement and sell it to Juan on a novation. So I want to wholesale the novation to Juan and say, hey, look, I already got your financing ready and everything. All you got to do is bring the money to flip it. Since he already has a crew and everything, he can buy that novation deal without it being financed, and I can just make it easy, like $5,000 to $10,000 on it. So that's the idea that I'm going to try to go with it. So if I can get Pedro on board with this, we can still, do what we need to do. I don't know why I didn't get Pedro's number, but it should be on here actually. Or his name, yeah, Pedro's right here. And just see if he's open to it. I was like, Pedro's heard from me like 3 times this week.
Hello?
Pedro, how you doing, my man?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. This is Damien. I don't know if you remembered.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm doing well. So I was looking at those 2 listings you showed me on Bartlett and Lawton. So I like the projects. I think it's something simple that we can kind of get up to speed. It just has to, I'm always just being weary of obviously the market shifting right now and me trying to find my buyers, right? So that's the only thing I'm kind of worried about, and how long is that's going to take me to do it. So I'm open. I'm open to it. It's just that we need to kind of work with the price on that a little bit. So I'm open to the Bartlett one first, right? I like that one. It seems pretty simple. Do you actually have any guys that you work with as far as renovations or anything?
Yeah, I have a couple. I have a guy who does foundation, a guy who does AC.
What's the main things I'm probably needing on this? Like anything major I need to hit on it, or is it just
It doesn't have a central unit.
okay?
So I'll put that. I got a guy who does it for 5,500. It's just that. Brand new carpet, paint, redo the kitchen and bathroom. That's it.
Okay.
I shouldn't be more than 25 grand. It's a small house.
Okay. So what I'm trying to do is what is the seller really trying to walk away with at the end of the day?
This one?
Yeah.
112 minimum.
That's what they're trying to like. No, I mean like after commission, after closing, after everything. Like how much are they trying to walk away with?
I just know he wants 112, and then from there he's paying his commission.
He's paying what?
He just wants 112, and from there he figures out how much his commissions and everything.
Okay, so probably like if we're just doing it traditionally, like paying both agents and closing and stuff, so he's probably like walking away with around like 100 or something like that.
I'm thinking, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I wanna get him to that. I want to get him to that 100. The only problem is I just wanna make sure that I can actually sell it at that point. And I don't want to have to go to the banks to kind of do all that. So I want to see if he's open to just partnering with me. I bring all the renovation stuff and I fix it up, and then we sell it that way.
He's an investor wholesaler, so if he wants to renovate it, we'll be doing that right now.
Oh, so he just doesn't want to renovate it. What's stopping him from? I mean, what's stopping him from renovating it?
He has so many projects going on right now.
Yeah. So if I just come in and I renovate it for him, he don't have to worry about it, and then we just pick it up to speed so a family can get in there. Is that something he's open to?
We had a similar offer and he declined it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, so he don't want to do that at all. He just wants to get it off his thing. Okay. Yeah. I mean, cash wise, just straight cash, I'm probably looking at like 85, honestly.
Yeah.
And so
minimum is it's gonna have to be 112, maybe 110, maybe.
Yeah.
But less than that, he won't do it.
Okay, I'm assuming he's a seller for both of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm probably I didn't even take a look at Lawson yet, honestly, because I know that one's probably gonna have some foundation issues, and I really want to deal with that right now. But Bartlett, I'm open to it. If I want to get to the point like what's kind of stopping them from doing it, because I don't want it to sit on the market, and they may just need time. To see like what happens, and so I'm open to that. I just wanted to see where his mind was at. Maybe if we kind of came up to something like that.
Well, you know the number, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I got you. I'll stand.
If you're gonna flip it, yeah, but I think you're gonna wholesale it. You're not gonna flip it. That's why the type of offer you're saying.
Yeah. I'm gonna flip it myself if I do it that way.
Well, there's enough money. If you even at 110, you put 25, 135. I mean, you pay commissions, closing costs, and all that, probably another 10, 15. You'll be at, I don't know, 140, 145. You walk away with 30, 40 grand.
Yeah, it depends because I'm gonna have to resell it. You know, I'm gonna have to resell it. I'm gonna have to pay my holding and stuff like that. So yeah, I gotta take all that into effect.
It's more than 10% at least.
Yeah.
ARV on it like
No, and then at that point, it's really is it worth my time? Because that's probably what 2 months worth of work, and if it's the payout's gonna be enough of my time to do that. That's why I'm trying to get the most I can out of it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, but I got you, and I'll probably just follow up and see where we're at with it, and see if we can kind of meet at mine somewhere.
All right.
All right, I appreciate it, my man. You have a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's an investor too, and they're probably gonna need time. I think the best thing for them is it's only been on the market for 11 days, uh, and it could be like a simple job down to it. That one, honestly, I want to get my man out there to see it, Carlos. Let me see where's that thing at? Flip. It could be a $40 a square foot job nowadays, just because like fix and flippers are rehabbers now. Uh, Construction guys, they're needing a lot of work because a lot of fix flippers are slowing down on their flips, so they're needing job work to like uphill their crews and stuff like that. So they're starting to like lower down their prices. So I'm pretty sure maybe I can get it down to like a something like that. Then that's really worth my while. Then I don't see I can get to. I don't think I can get to 118. I could probably get to like 105, maybe something like that. But I don't think I could get to 115. Yeah, I don't think I could do 115. I could probably do 105 and call it a day, maybe, and that's pushing it. If my man's can keep it under 35, renovation job, which I'm pretty sure he might can. Um, yeah, I might play with it. I might revisit it and try to shoot for a stay at my 85 and see if he comes down more. If I can get him at 100, I might play with it. But yeah, that's a good follow up to see how things going. Cool. Who's next on the call list? Mary. So this was a follow up back in September, and her seller just needed some time, and that was another rap buyer that texted me. So he's wanting to move forward. And the thing is, this other lady is too, and she needs to move in by next Saturday. So I'm trying to let both of them know that um, they're competing against each other, and I hate to make it that way, but at the same time I need to push it. So I have them compete against each other. Who's going to send me the money first to have them move in? And neither one of them, actually, Francisco has seen it, but the other lady hasn't even seen it yet. But she's going to go see it tomorrow. Let's go ahead and call Mary. But her property is still on the market, and it's been 140 something days on the market. I honestly don't remember what the reason was why it's been on the market so long. Hence why you should have a CRM and all this stuff, and delegate things and not have to do everything by yourself and keep yourself accountable. I have not done that. So
Thank you for calling Not Your Average Lender in Mercy's Real Estate. Please hold while I try to connect
that's
you.
not right. I don't really like that. That was the wrong number. Sorry.
Hello.
Hey, Mary, this is Damien.
Uh-huh.
Hey, we talked a while back about the Meadowdale property.
Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what's been the situation since then. I know that we last talked about it.
Yeah, it was really slow, and then just yesterday we started getting a ton of calls. Like it just picked up out of nowhere.
Oh wow!
So we had 4 showings yesterday, and then 2 today. So
well, awesome.
Hopefully, yeah, it continues, and we get a good offer, a solid offer. So
yeah, no, absolutely.
That's pretty much where we're at.
Okay, cool. In that case, I mean, honestly, I think I'd be a good backup offer because obviously I'm an investor, so I'm probably gonna come in a lot lower. But this is like a retail buyer that's gonna buy it. I'd rather them have it than me. So I definitely want to see. I'm gonna follow up with you by next week and see how the showings went, and then see if you got any offers, and then from that point on, maybe we can think of a different solution. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Cool. Well, that's good. So I'm set up as another follow up. That was bad. That's been on the market since September. So I'm gonna put that as a follow up next week. So I have my follow up scheduled from in 3 different categories. So I have set up for 1 week follow up, 2 week follow up, and 1 month follow up. It's my follow up. That's the only buckets they go in. And sometimes I just kick them down the line. I'll either sometimes I even text them. I'll text and say, how's everything going? Like just to stay in touch with them. That way they can just stay on my mind, stay on my mental, and I can always remember to follow up with them. And you never know when somebody's gonna be like, you know what, let me give them a call, or you know what, like maybe this option. I'm glad you called because this option came across and this and that and blah 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 blah. You never know, so I like to stay in touch and keep it fresh. So those are 3 buckets I put them in whenever I usually do a follow up call. So I'm putting her for 1 week, and I'll see how her offers went. And if they don't get an offer, then I'm gonna kind of start off by saying, what's the reason why you didn't think you get an offer? What is what? Yeah, that's honestly probably I'm gonna start off with. Say, what do you think why do you think you haven't got an offer? Was it too high? Why did they not accept any offers if they got any? What's stopping them from doing whatever? Because they only lowered the price down recently, only $5,000. So it makes me feel they want to stay in that price range of where they're at. They're not really trying to go too much lower from where they're at right now. So that's a few things that I picked up from what I saw. So on to the next follow-up call is Tammy. Tammy on Whitley. And actually, fun fact, this is a Colorado property. I can already remember. This is back when I was shopping. I was looking in Colorado because I was trying to get me and my wife a rental out there. So or a midterm rental. So that way I can go out there like once a year, and stay in that midterm rental whenever I want it. Um, and that was the idea of it. We actually ended up getting one, working with a seller and agent right now. If you guys saw on my Instagram where I posted about it, we're actually still working out the details as far as paying up the arrears and getting funding for that one. But that one is in the works, so I might have that one under wrap. But this one's still on the market. It's been 40 days on the market. Actually, I don't know how it's been 40 days on the market. I talked to Whitley. I talked to Whitley back in October. That's October, November, December, January. That's at least 4 months. And so that's not even 2 months. So I think this thing is where these agents are finding out a way to like reset the clock on their listing so it doesn't seem like it's been on the market that long. And that's kind of shady, but it's whatever. It's whatever. All right, let's give Tammy a call real quick. See how things are going. See how things are going with Miss Tammy. Miss Tammy. I forgot Colorado's thing is weird. It's not the same as Texas to find agents. Okay. I don't know. It puts a weird taste in my mouth. The fact that they like, I know I talked to her like in October, but that's the only time I was like really calling them, and I know it's been more than a month and a half since this whole ordeal. And so the fact that they reset the clock like that, I don't know. I mean, it's a strategy, so I can't hate it. I guess trying to sell their property, their seller's house, doing the job.
Hi.
Come on, Tammy.
Hi, you've reached Tammy Picer, Realtor with Equity Colorado. Please leave a message including your name, phone number.
Yeah, still didn't answer. So let's go to the next one. Uh, December 17th. Yeah. And so on to the next one. So yeah, this next guy, Jeremy. Um Jeremy, this is a property out in Cedar Hill area. And he's supposed to be in, so let me go back on our text. So we've been texting. He's a cool dude. But I texted him about his property back in October 31st, right? And so and he said he had it under contract. I was like, cool. He said, like I said, just give me a backup. Use me as a backup if anything goes wrong. Just know that I'm here. You use me as a resource. He said, okay, cool, no problem. And so I followed up with him. So I just looked at the property again, like November, and I was like, because he said it's supposed to close that Friday. And so I looked at it and it was still on the market. And I was like, it's not pending anymore. I was like, did something happen? He said, yeah, they fell out of it. Is everything good? He said, yeah, we're just back on track trying to find another buyer, whatever case is. I was like, okay, well, no, that's not what he said. He said, we end up dropping out of that buyer and we have another buyer already. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'm still here. If that buyer falls through or whatever case is, that was back in November 13th. And he's like, and he said, yeah, no problem. I got you this time. And I was like, okay, cool. And I followed up and texted them, and I that was December 16th. So that was a little bit over a month later. I followed up and texted them. I said, I just wanted to double check. How did everything go? If everything's still on track to close, you guys already closed, or what happened? I see it's still pending. And then he said it's under contract. And I was like, yeah, I know. I said I see it's still pending. And I was like, is it from the same buyer in October? He said no, a different one. I was like, bro, like I called you like 3 times about this property. Like I want to be a buyer. And he was like, yeah, he said, by the way, she has to sell. She wouldn't be interested in your deal. I ran it by her. Got just nowhere. Like, what's just curiosity, what stopped her from, why is she having to sell it traditionally? He said because she has to buy another property. I was like, oh, that's no problem. Like I literally just took care of and that was literally I had just bought a property. I did the same thing the day that he said that I had just closed on a property that the exact same situation that they were going through. Like the seller had to buy a property, and they had to sell the property to buy another property. We did the exact same way where the lender was like, okay, cool, you can do this and also sell the property. And he was like, and I was like, yeah. And I told him that. I said, we just did the exact same thing. He said, not interested. And now, January, what is it, 6th, his property is still on the market. And so I'm like, bruh, like, so it's either he didn't change the status or, that property has got pushed back again. So I can see this being like an irritated agent, and I'm going to call him anyways. majority of me really just wants to text him to say, hey, I see it's still on the market. You know, it's pending. Like, what's going on? But I'm gonna call him just so you guys can see me get yelled at. I'm doing it for you guys. Maybe it got sold.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Jeremy? This is Damien.
Go on, man.
What's up, my man? I was just following up with you on that property, make sure everything closed out and everything.
It's gonna close here soon.
Okay, got you. Is something going on with the buyer or something like that?
No, everything's cool.
Okay. Well, if anything does fall through, just definitely let me know. I'm still open to buying it.
I got you. I do know she won't be interested in like how you're trying to buy it. I've already talked to her. She's pretty firm on that. So
Okay.
just I mean, we can try to connect on other deals, but I just didn't want you to like waste your time on that one.
Yeah. No. What else are you kind of working on right now?
Right now, I'm working. Well, I don't have any listings right now. I may have a couple coming up here in the next like 30 to 60 days. I'm kind of more just buyers right now, but definitely keep in contact because that particular seller, they have like a kind of a interesting situation. So basically, it's a family that they're building, which the new construction is almost done, and they're basically everybody's selling everything to go in on the house, so they need like every penny right now, basically. So
Got you.
That's kind of why she's not open to it.
Yeah, and then that's one of the reasons. Yeah, that's one of the big reasons. I say it's like only 3 reasons why people can't do really creative. It's either they need it for like the whole thing for a specific thing, they don't understand it, or they just don't like me. So I'm pretty sure I'm glad it's that one rather than the other one. But no, that's totally understandable. Actually, I do need some help out there since you do work with buyers. Actually, do you have any buyers on the Fort Worth area?
Fort Worth?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. So actually, I have 2 properties out there that I'm looking for buyers for, and so I'm offering owner financing on those. So any buyers that that can't really qualify for a loan right now, whether it be based on their credit or they're self-employed, so they don't meet the requirements for the banks, they can still be a homeowner, and I'm offering owner financing, and I'll be their bank for them.
Okay. Do you pay commission?
Yeah, I do. I'm doing 2,500 per property, and I'm letting the buyer take care of the rest of the commission on the buyer side.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look into that because I work with another owner finance program and they pay a full 3%. So I'll definitely keep you in mind.
Yeah, no worries.
Cool. All right, man.
All right, man. You have a good one.
I'll keep you too.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm not doing no full 3% at all. And the thing is, so the only pushback I have with God giving the agents that I reach out to 3%, it's nothing towards. I mean, it's like what are you getting 3% for? Like you didn't even find the property, you didn't do anything. Like you literally just knew somebody else that can't qualify for a loan. And then what I'm asking you to show a property, you don't have to show them. I'll show them. Just tell them, give them to me, and I'll go open the house for them. I'll go show them. I'll do all that, but I'm not paying you 3% for any of that. Like people that do that's ridiculous. And usually they have like websites like where the agent can go out and look and say like, oh, you can pick these properties. What I'm not doing all of that. I'm not. Like you get 2,500. Like you lucky getting that, and we keep pushing it. We can do some more business because at the end of the day, like to like a buyer's agent, a buyer that can't qualify for a loan really means nothing to you. Like you can't get paid from them. You can't do anything with them. But if I'm providing an opportunity for you still to get paid, even though you know somebody that can't qualify for a loan, that's just another resource you can use to get paid. So that's how I think about it. And I'm not paying them 4% for that. That's ridiculous for me, in my opinion. So cool. Alex, what's up, my man? What's up, bro? Are you still making cash offers or are you doing everything creatively? I am doing majority everything creatively. I'll do a cash offer here and there. The numbers definitely just have to make sense. And a lot of the times nowadays, especially in this like DFW market, like the cash offers are, I mean, they're honestly disrespectful. I mean, they're disrespectful. They're like 40 to 60% on the dollar. Like I was just talking about Pedro. Like I was probably gonna give him like 60% on the dollar for his property, just because that's what's needed right now. And it's not anything to the property, it's not anything to Pedro or the seller or even me. It's just the way the market is and how the numbers fit. So I like to I'll pitch cash just to make a way for creative. My intentions would always kind of be to, like, hopefully they'll go creative route, because I'd rather things just make it easier for me, and I can make things work out. I'd rather them be my bank rather than the bank be my bank. Um, but I'm always pitching cash just so they can see, like, this is my cash offer, but I can do something better for you if you're open to it. So if they bite on the cash, then cool, they bite on the cash and I can just do cash. But if they do creative, or if they don't like the cash, then I have another way that they can still make money, and it looks better that way. So cool, good question, my man. Good seeing you. Appreciate you coming through. Let's keep it with the follow-ups. Happiness. So Happiness, I talked to about this one was back in, I remember Happiness because I like her name matches her voice and tone and her thing. So that's why I kept her on my follow-up. She just made me happy. But she has a really happy voice and personality. I don't I don't remember exactly what the situation was with her. Um, due to me not having a CRM and having all these notes in there. But I do know that she had a great personality. So, if anything, even if it's not this property, I mean, I know this property still is open. Well, wait, oh, wait, no. Give me 1 second. I know this property is still open to buy. So if anything, I'm gonna just see if she has any more business. I can kind of get some properties off her. Again, ask if she has any buyers out in that area that I can potentially find on her find. It's a beautiful property too. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. This is a great property. Like, they should get every dollar like they're willing to get, and I feel that. What are the rental rates in this area? It's not showing me. It's called Happiness.
Hello. Thank you for calling the Compass Real Estate office.
I hate when I do that. Why do I know that's not the number for her, so I keep calling. Let me go actually to her real number. Oh, it's right here. There we go. Do you think Happiness ever has a bad day? Or, like, does she, like, hold herself accountable and, like, never to have a bad day? Like, I'm not gonna let it get to me. You'll see what I'm talking about, like her personality once I call her. You can even hear it in her voice, because the first time I called her, she didn't even answer, and she had to call me back. And, like, her voicemail was just so happy. Oops.
Hi, this is Happiness.
Hey, Happiness, is Damien.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good.
I remember last time I talked to you, I like your voice is like it matches your name. I was that guy.
Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. But no, I was kind of following up with you about your listing you had in Green Creek.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna put an offer in writing for us?
Yeah, I can put an offer in writing. I can definitely send that over to you in your email.
Okay, do that, and I'll share it with my clients, and we can go from there. Is this the best number to reach you at?
This is my direct line.
Okay. So you have my email?
I don't have your email. You mind if I get that from you?
Yes. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
It's Happiness. Sorry, I'm driving. Otherwise,
Oh no, I figured you were busy doing something. I was like, I'm not even gonna question her. I know she's probably doing something right now.
Sorry, I'm behind the wheel. So it's Happiness, HAPPINESS at SRG Compass COMPASS.com.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll send over something tangible so you guys can go over read over it, and then maybe let's just have a follow-up call to see where we can go from there.
Yes, that would be wonderful. So my clients work during the day, and they're usually not together for like a call until the evening time.
Okay.
Would that be a problem?
No, you
Or
guys tell me what
should I-
day and time is best for you guys, and we'll do that. Whatever you guys decide.
Okay. Well, go ahead and email me, and then I'll let you know an update, like via text, of a good time to touch base over the phone.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, so she sounded like she really couldn't talk for long, honestly. Just from the tone. So I think the best thing to do is I'll probably send over LOI. And going over the LOI I showed you on the previous one. So if you don't know what that is, go back and see the other one. Oops. That was my wife. I think she meant to text me. Yeah, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, so basically it's gonna outline a cash offer and it's also gonna outline a creative offer. And I'm gonna give them both premises of like, why I'm going with the cash offer. I'm gonna actually explain it a little bit. Like, I'll briefly explain it like why I'm going with the cash offer, due to the market, this and that, nothing to do with the property. Property's beautiful, all that kind of stuff. And I hate to like only give you a cash offer to go based off of. So here's another creative offer. I'll list out the creative offer, this and that, and I'll let them kind of go back and forth. I'll let them schedule a call with me to see, what's the best case scenario that we can do. And I'm doing this every day, so I'll make sure I'll try to schedule. Well, the call's gonna be in the afternoon, so you guys probably won't hear that one. But I'll update you guys on what's said and kind of go from there, and we'll be kind of what's happening from there. Cool. So that was a good follow up. That house has been on the market for I think it's 178 days, 150s, something. 162 days. 162 days. All right. Let's go to the next one. The next one's Debbie. Honestly, I don't even remember Debbie. That's not good. Debbie, maybe if I see the property, I always remember the property. Libra Drive. It's funny on YouTube, like whenever like now I'm posting on YouTube and all this kind of stuff. YouTube will actually send me notifications as a recommendation to watch my own videos. I'll watch them though. So try to get my views up. But I thought that was funny. Let me take this quick 10 minutes to watch my video. 12-4 Libra Drive, Cedar Hill. This one is pending, so I'm gonna see what the 401 is on this one. See what's going on. Under contract. Oh yeah, I said that already. This house has been on the market for, I'll check in 1 second. I know it's been a minute, because all these people have been a minute. House has been on the market for 157 days. And it's crazy, like a lot of people are getting like attention now. Like I think that's a little bit, I don't know, a little bit crazy. I don't know if I just missed her call. She didn't try to call me or what's going on. I might have to call my wife in 1 second, guys. Make sure everything's okay.
Hello, you have reached Debbie.
Let's see. We're just gonna go to the next one. Should have got the listed. I'm not gonna waste too much time on it.
Hello, you have reached.
Yeah, should have got it listed. So I'm not gonna waste too much time on it. Just gonna go to the next one. This one. Why does that keep happening? This one is. I don't even know what this one is. 17. It's in Flower Mound. That's what it was. Flower Mound. I think this was a really nice home too. Yeah, it was. Really nice home. Yeah. What was going on with something else was going on with this one. I did not remember what it was. Something else was going on with this one. We're about to find out though. $120 days on the market. Virtually staged. Oh, so that's not even real furniture. Okay, cool. So let's call Ramona. Then I'm gonna just call 2 agents that I feel like I have a pretty good relationship with them, just to see if they have anything that I can look at or anything going on or what the case is and stuff like that. 7444.
Hello.
Hey, Ramona, this is Damien.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, Ramona, this is Damien. I called you a few months ago about your listing on Ingleside. Yeah, I was kind of wondering what's been the update about it.
We've had a lot of offers, different offers, but not any that too many quirky things in the offers.
Oh, I didn't hear that last part. I'm sorry.
There was just a lot of quirky items in the offer.
Got you. Got you.
So I don't remember you calling, but anyway, so what is it that you're interested in?
Yeah, no, I was interested in buying it. I was just kind of wondering what was kind of going on. So the last time we talked, I talked about maybe doing something more creatively with kind of getting that to that price they were looking at, that $500,000 price.
They're not interested in carrying it. They're not interested in any of that.
Okay, sure, no problem. Just curiosity at this point. What kind of deterred them from? What was the quirky things they were kind of getting in those offers?
Oh, to carry part of it, to like the down payment, to another one just to do owner financing. We've had plenty of those.
Yeah.
And they're just not interested. They just want to sell it.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I get that. That's no problem. I was kind of what kind of stopped them from wanting to do those offers? Were they entertaining it, or they just weren't even entertaining it?
I'm sorry.
I said like I said, I'm just being curious. What kind of stopped them from doing those kind of offers?
Because they don't want to carry anything.
Oh, they just don't want to carry anything at all. Okay, got you.
No.
Okay, so they just want a straight cash offer. Okay, so let me see what's my best cash offer can do, and kind of go from there.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just wanted to follow up because I saw it's still there, and I wanted to see what was kind of the update on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're actually going to stage the home, have furniture put in it.
Okay.
And I'm sure that'll move it right away.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. Staging nowadays is really good.
it's just an empty home, and they have already put almost $50,000 into it.
Oh wow!
To totally redecorate it, and it's all new flooring, all new paint inside now, new appliances. So you can see why they don't really care to negotiate too much off their price.
No, absolutely. I mean, they should definitely get their money worth of it. I mean, especially putting that much into the house. It already looks amazing.
Yeah, and they're probably, I mean, as far as you picking it up as an investment, there probably isn't a lot of room there for you.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I think it'd be better off if they end up selling it on the market if they have that means and stuff like that.
I agree, because if it was that good, I'd buy it myself.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah, so I don't think this is one you would be interested in.
Okay. I mean, if you have anything else that you have on the table, or maybe you're thinking about putting on the market, I'd definitely be open to taking a look at those as well.
You might text me or email me your information.
Absolutely, I can do that.
I do know I do the same thing.
No, absolutely.
If I wouldn't want it, I might let you take a crack at it. I would go first.
No, right? Exactly.
Or if I've done one already and I don't want to do another one, I might send it your way. But
okay, no, absolutely. I appreciate that.
Okay. Well, you take care, and thank you for calling.
Absolutely, Ramona. You have a fantastic day. I'll go ahead and send you a text.
Okay.
All right.
Take care.
You too. Bye. Ramona. Okay, so yeah, no, that one's probably a no-go, honestly. So, furniture is not gonna do much for that, I think. I mean, then again, it might do it. Furniture might be the deal. It's been on the market for 120 days. I think adding furniture to it, it looks already like a beautiful home. Like it looks like all they have to do is, like they literally did everything. It's like a custom home. So I mean, the fact that it's not selling now, it may just be the point that they're way too high in their price, which I think that's what it is. And it's not going to be to a point. And like she said, she's already an investor. If she could have got it for a lower price, then she would have did it already. So that just may be one of those homes that they don't really care for it to sit on the market. I actually want to see if they're open to renting it. I should have probably asked that. That may be a follow-up call I do. Reason being, if they're open to renting it, so it's not just sitting there on the market for them, and at least getting cash flow from it for like a year or whatever the case is, they can rent it to me. I'll turn it into probably not an Airbnb. I'll probably turn it to like a midterm rental, ideally. Midterm rental. What else could I do? I think that's probably what I would just want to do is a midterm rental. Rent it out to some nurses out there. So quick thing, I'll probably look this at real quick and I might call her back. Or I might just text her. Actually, I think I'm gonna text her real quick. This is Damien. Thank you for the talk. I wanted to see if the sellers are open to renting it. Okay. It's just at leasing. But anyway, yeah, so quick, let's go and look at how I kind of underwrite a midterm rental, just for future reference. So let's go share screen again. I do this a lot. So I'll go to Furnish Finder. And so I found out there's really no softwares really that kind of you can like zone in and do comps for like a midterm rental. So I want to work with a developer that can help make a short-term rental software that we can kind of go to, because there's small things for like short-term rentals. Like there's AirDNA, there's like DataRabu. I'm sure there's some other variations of short-term rental kind of things, but I don't really know much of them. And then again, I don't really do too many short-term rentals. But for midterm rentals, like I only know Furnish Finder, like really, and then maybe ALE Solutions or something like that. But that's not really for midterm rentals per se, because they take so long to even kind of answer your inquiry. But only one I know is like Furnish Finders and finding like for traveling nurses and whatnot. So I want to find out or like be a part of a software that's making short midterm rentals, because I know it's gonna come fast, especially in the market the way it's turning. So what area is this? Flower Mound, Texas. So first, actually, what I do is I'll do Furnish Finder stats, furnishfinder.com/stats. Oh, let me call my wife back real quick before I do all this, or at least text her that she need to call me. You sure? And did you mean to call me? Flower Mound, Texas. See what the demand is for this area. Yeah, it's not a lot. I can already tell by the coming up number. It's not a lot at all. They have about 71 midterm rentals in the area. 71 midterm rentals, about 60 of them are by the room, 7 of them are by house, 4 of them are by hotels. So, cool. So now I'm gonna go into finding out the pinpoint exactly where it's at. So this one's kind of left of Louisville right there. Flower Mound, Grapevine Lake. So then I'll go back over here to Furnish Finder, and I'll kind of find out what area that's in right there. Search our map. Flower Mound, Texas. And so Grapevine Lake, it's right here. So they actually do have a few midterm rentals right in the area. Oops. So yeah, they have a few right here in this area. They have a good bundle of them. So then actually, it's not that bad. It's actually a pretty good amount of them. Zoom in a little bit more so I don't have that many searches. Cool. So yeah, so they have a few that they can do, like they're doing like 900 a room here with a pool. Does anyone have a pool? My computer's going so slow. They have a pool? No, no pool. But good size backyard. Where is it at? All right. So some are doing like 900 a room, some are doing like 1,000 renovated home, including utilities. So like I would go to something, and so the purple means by the room. They're renting out by the room, so that's about whatever price it is by the room. Green means it's by the unit. I don't care about hotel. And honestly, I don't care about entire house. Because 9 times out of 10, if they're traveling nurses or whatever the case is, a lot of these are catered to those. They're not coming there with all their friends. Like they're doing it based on assignment. So they just want to make sure they have a bed or a bedroom and a bath. Or at least if it's shared, like I mean, I can make kind of play with the prices and stuff like that. But a lot of times they're all going to different spots and they're just looking for a place where their assignment is for X amount of time. Maybe it's 1 month or maybe it's 3 months or however long it is. So let's look at this one. By the room is 1,200. And so what I'll go to is I'll look at it and I'll go to the pictures, see what they kind of did to it. And as you can see, midterm rentals, you don't do all the fancy stuff. Like it just basic. It looks like a hotel room. Like it's a dresser, it's a bed, that's it, and a TV. That's all you put in there. A bathroom, essentials. Like all they get is toilet paper to go and stuff like that. Basic linens. That's pretty cool. I like that. They have it at hotels. Exactly. Like they set this up exactly like a hotel. Like that's exactly what it should be like, maybe give them like a welcoming basket with a whole bunch of toiletries, detergents, stuff to clean with, maybe some food, seasonings, all that kind of stuff. See, like they have air fryers, coffee makers, stuff like that. Like the necessities you'll probably want to need. it should look like basically a kitchenette in a hotel. And so the pictures look good. Then I want to go to availability. How often are they getting, bookings? I'll go back a couple months. Looks like they've not been booked for a minute. And I still haven't seen I still haven't seen like how accurate this is. Oh, so that's why it's so popping over here. They have hospitals kind of nearby. And it could be due to the price he has by the room, right? So what I want to do is fact check it. Now I'll go to maybe this one that says $900 room. And this one looks like a good home too. 30-day stay minimum, 1 bedroom with a full living room, 2 bedroom, 2nd bedroom. Additional cost if you would like to book a second healthcare professional. But yeah, they're keeping it bare minimum too. Well, they have a little bit more jazzed up, but yeah, $900 a room, office space, all that kind of stuff. So same type of style. I'll go to availability. So they're booked. Looks like I don't know what that's going on. So yeah, it looks like they're not getting a lot of occupancy in this area, right? Let's look at this $800 one. Same thing. So yeah, so it does look like a lot of activities going on in this area. So I probably wouldn't even try to do something like that. So I just want to see the possibilities. That's kind of what I do to kind of comp those kind of areas. What's up, Harvey? What's up, my man? But yeah, that's what I kind of do to comp a midterm rental right now. So based off the area, based off how many properties are in there that are midterm rentals. I mean, and the thing is, they could be midterm rentals and they could be, also doing Airbnb. So they might be doing two at the same time. Is reason why they don't have a lot of occupancy in that at that time right now. So it's a lot of different reasons why they probably wouldn't be doing midterm rentals in that area. But that's how I look at if I'm gonna do a midterm rental or not. I'll look at the comps that way. Cool. So let's go ahead and finish up these follow-ups. I'm gonna call these 2 more agents to follow up with these gals to see what's kind of going on, and then we're gonna go ahead and call some more agents that have their homes on the market. So Shay is one of the agents. She had a property that I liked, and I think she ended up selling it to someone else, but we had a good relationship. And she wanted to get into investing more.
Hi, Damien.
Hey, Shay, how's everything going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, just trying to bring in the new year, right?
Good.
How about yourself?
Pretty much the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to follow up and see how everything was going with real estate and everything.
I can't complain. It had got a little bit slow for me.
Yep.
In the winter season. But I've just been trying to focus on building up my database and hoping for good things this coming year.
No, same. I've been struggling with it, especially in this winter's month. What did you kind of do to kind of change it up to build up some more leads?
Honestly, I just kind of double down on the cold calling. I really don't like to do that, but
yeah,
it's kind of the quickest way to get some people in the database,
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I'm the same way. Like, I hate having to sit on the phone and dial all day. And so I feel that.
Do you use a dialer or do you just dial by hand?
Nah, I dial by hand. I'm old fashioned. I write down the leads and I dial by hand. I need to get a CRM.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have one?
No. I know. I need to get one. I told myself that like literally every day, and it's either I know I'm too lazy to do it, but then at the same time I like writing things down too. So I just use it as my excuse.
Gotcha.
But no.
Are you primarily a investor, right?
Yeah, I'm primarily an investor. I still do my agent stuff, but I'm mainly an investor. Honestly, I'm buying properties and seeing what I can do with them, and then and converting it to whatever I need it to do.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, just trying to be a superhero out here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. How about yourself? Are you still interested in turning that cap to investor side, or are you mainly just doing agent?
Eventually, I would like to transition more to the investor side. But right now, I'm just trying to get the cash flow of being a good agent first. So then, I can stack up and start looking at investments. I really want, before it gets too oversaturated here in Dallas, I really want to get a few Airbnbs, or even like some other sort of short-term rentals.
Yeah.
For maybe like specific occupations like travel nurses or things like that, truckers or whatever. But I feel like I should just cross that bridge when I get there.
Yeah, no, the crazy thing is literally like just before I called you, I was looking up at a midterm rental for like traveling nurses. And I was thinking about taking down a property to do that. And so like a lot of times, I don't even have to buy these properties to even do that. I usually just kind of come to the table and just rent those out and just rent them out I'll rent out the property from like the landlord. And so in this scenario, that's probably what I was gonna do on this one. I'll rent it out from them at like market rent or maybe a little bit higher, and then I'll just sublease it and make it like a midterm rental for like traveling nurses.
That's called rental arbitrage, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Have you successfully done that before?
Yeah, I actually have one. I have one that I partnered with out in Florida.
Nice. Okay. What was kind of like, you mind me asking, like, what's your experience with that? Like, as far as getting it booked up, like, is it a lot of work trying to, like, maintenance it and all that stuff?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah, so the thing is, I just funded it. I funded it, and he did the managing part of it. But so as far as him booking it and everything, so what I did was I provided like the funding needed for the furniture and stuff like that. And once we kind of saved about what I think it was 2 months of reserves just to make sure we can have the furniture in, build it up, put it on the market, make sure we have. I think he's using a VA to set up all the bookings and do that virtually on his side. But as far as the process, I mean, I'd wanted to start like if I would have did it myself, I probably would have did it in house and just did it myself. And plus, it saves some more money as far as like having to delegate to somebody. But I mean, he's making it run pretty smooth. I mean, it's been booked since it started in September, and it's been booked like every now and then. They just it's staying with the consistent that we kind of needed at. But we started off by finding a landlord, and we just did it that way. And the landlord's happy. They're renting it out to a company that's not taking care of the property, and yeah.
Okay. Did it take y'all a long time to find that particular landlord?
Actually, it didn't. So we at that point in time we were kind of making it like a challenge, and so I think it was it that month or was it? I think it was a month before, and we were like just calling landlords around the area because we were like, oh, we got to get an arbitrage. Like this is the quickest way to do it. So we just for that month we just kind of called a whole bunch of landlords, and like I think it was Orlando, Oviedo, and what's the other area we called? It was one more that we called. We just called all those areas and the landlords. There's a whole bunch of them, and we ended up getting him, and he was okay with it. It was sitting on the market for a while, and he had a renter, and so we were like, we'll give you a little bit higher than market rent. And he was like, okay, cool. There's no worries with me. I just want to rent it. Like I'm just tired of losing money on the property taxes and stuff because you already had to pay it off. And so yeah, it worked out for him, and we got a rental and furnished it and everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you open to like more partnerships?
Oh, absolutely. Always. So no, absolutely. If you have anything that you wanted to bring to the table, let's look at it. Let's work it over. See what we can do for it. If I'm not the buyer, then I'll help you find the buyer for it.
Okay, that's a bet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Well, I appreciate you calling. Was there a specific reason you was calling?
Oh no, I literally I call and just do checkups all the time. Yeah, I call it do checkups. So I'll probably call you again probably in like the next month or 2 or 3, and just see how everything's going.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And same thing too. If you have any deals that you want to bring to the table, bring my way. I'm trying to learn the ropes of the investing side. So I'm building pipelines of investors as well. So if you need in buyers or members for your syndicate groups, let me know. Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. Actually, now that you mention it, I actually do need some help finding a in buyer. I have 2 properties out in Fort Worth. Do you work with buyers in Fort Worth?
Yeah, and if I don't have anybody, probably somebody on my team that lives that way do.
Okay.
What's the information?
So on this one, I'm actually offering owner financing on this one. So these are probably for buyers that that can't qualify for a loan right now due to like bad credit or they have a self-employment, so they don't meet the bank's regulations to get a loan.
Okay.
I'm financing their loan through the property. So if they're open to doing that and they're still looking to be a homeowner, I had 2 properties out there in Fort Worth.
Can you text me the address?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go ahead and I'll text you all the information about it, and that way you can kind of let them know.
Perfect. All right. Well, if I find anybody, I'll let you know on those, and I'll be looking forward to that information.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate it.
All right. You take care.
All right, you have a good New Year's.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Cool. All right, so Shay was cool, and I need to make sure I sent her those text her the I said her like text Shay the wrap information. So I've been getting a lot of good feedback from, if you guys been watching, I've been getting a lot of good feedback from agents telling telling their buyers about my wrap properties. And I've been transparent with them. Well, I forgot to tell Shay, but I've been transparent with them about like I'm only giving about 2,500. Some of them are like, no, I'll do better somewhere else, like Jeremy did, and some of them like, okay, cool, as long as my buyer get a house, So yeah, like I've been getting a lot of good reactions from it, and I'm not surprised from it, but I am a little surprised at it. Like a lot of agents like holding on to that 3% because this is all they know. So yeah, cool. And I'm gonna call Kiera, was the other agent that she did I even save her name? I don't think I haven't saved her name. I know I did. Yeah, I put as K-Poke. Now I didn't build as strong relationship with her, but it was getting there. But she had a property.
Hello.
Hey, this is Damien.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh yeah, no, this is Damien. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. I was calling just to follow up with you and check and see how everything's going this year.
Everything's going good. You said this is who now?
This is Damien.
Damien.
Yeah. I called you. I was talking about you at a property at one point, and I think it was like one of your friends' properties, and you were helping them list it and market it out for a minute. And I was an investor that was trying to buy it, but I don't know. I wasn't a good buyer for it at that point. But I like the fact that you're an agent and you're helping investors kind of you're investor friendly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was just following up and see how everything was going.
Everything's going good. Everything's going good.
Yeah, how's business and leads coming to you?
Business is going good.
Okay, that's what's up. Okay, cool. Have you been slowing down at all, or you kind of stay at the same pace as far as like getting listings?
I'm moving.
Well, you're kind of breaking up. Oh, I don't know if I lost you or not. Kira? Yeah, that probably wasn't a good call. If anything, she'll call me back. But on to the next. We're gonna go ahead and go and start these agent outreach calls. We're gonna go ahead and start these calls. That was a good follow-up, Bliss. Okay. It's a staged home, so it definitely was a flip. I'm not gonna waste my time on it. Same with this one. Okay, now we're in the nitty gritty. All right, so Jenna Harris. Now, not even gonna read what this property is about. We're just gonna go ahead and call, see what's going on. It's been on the market for entirely too long. Oops. And see what we can do. Number is, yeah, go so many hoops just to find these agents' numbers.
Hi there. You've reached the voice.
Jenna sounds friendly. Said a plethora.
Hi there.
A plethora of cabinet space. I haven't seen that in a description before. All right, so they didn't answer. Go ahead and text them. I actually kind of like this property. Hey, Jenna, Damien, call up your listing on Alright, cool. Alright, on to the next one. Wiltshire Court. Fuck, I know this property too. So there's a few things with this one. They have no neighbors. they like, that's kind of weird. It's kind of cool though. Yeah, they have no neighbors whatsoever. But anyway, so the thing I'm noticing about this one, it's been on the market for about 70 days, no price reductions. I'm gonna see in the comparables. They're the highest priced property on the market. So what I'm thinking is this is a flip, but without even looking at the pictures. And now looking at the pictures, I'm definitely thinking it's a flip. Actually, I don't know. Might not actually be a flip. If it is, it's kind of a basic one. What kind of... Call me right back. Since Jenna. Hey, Jenna.
Hey there. This is Jenna's business partner, Rebecca. We share a business line. We're actually sisters. How are you? I got this text message from it and figured I'd give you a call.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate it. No, you said, was it Rebecca?
Yes. Rebecca.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, no, I'm Damien. I'm actually an investor out in this area, and I kind of saw y'all's property, was it? How do you pronounce that?
Wembley Downs.
Yeah, Wembley Downs. I didn't know how to say that.
Yeah.
So what's kind of going on? I know it's been sitting for a little bit, but it looks like a beautiful property. So what was kind of the story with it?
Yeah. So we had it coming soon until about a week ago, and put it on the market. I think it was, I guess a good week ago, over a week ago. So pretty new on the market, really, as far as being active. And started our first showing. I think we had our first showing last Friday. So it's a great house. Really
nothing crazy with it that we know of. It's got a really new AC, really new roof. Has some updating, probably not to like the caliber that, you know, some people have like countertops, but it's got granite. You know, it's had some updating over the last like 5 to 7 years. Right now, the main thing we've had some people say they just felt like the home didn't have enough natural light for them. That's been like one of the comments people have, like the feedback we've gotten from some people looking to buy it. And then a couple people kind of mentioned that they did have, like, the last year and a half, the owner's son and his family that have 3 dogs were living in it. And we had the carpets professionally cleaned, but someone was saying that they could still tell, like, animals had lived there. So
wow, they can tell that animals live there. How long did they live there?
They lived there for like a year.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I mean, long enough to, like, you know, kind of have dogs in there kind of like shedding and all that, you know, smelly dog smells.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, well, that's fair enough. I mean, they did have dogs living there. And I kind of told that person, I said, you know, the seller is super reasonable. You know, so if there was someone who was like, we want new carpets put in, you know, I honestly think he'd probably do it. And really the only other thing that I've heard of, the seller plans to kind of touch up the baseboards with just his son is a contractor, the one that lived there.
Yeah.
And he had bought his own home, didn't have time really to fix up the baseboards because his dogs did kind of mess up some of the baseboards and mess up the paint. So really that's the only thing like that's been kind of like feedback for me. You know, I think the market's just the way it is right now. I think I looked at the data research for that area. Homes in that area usually takes them about 4 to 8 weeks to get under contract. So I kind of let the sellers know, you know, expect that it'll take at least a few weeks, you know, which is typical right now in the market. So
yeah.
That's kind of where we're at. But are you looking for yourself or kind of looking for a rental property? Or?
Yeah. So this one will be definitely for myself because I mean, this one has like, it's already fixed up. I mean, to me, they did a great job. So, I mean, they kept it in real good shape. And so, I'll be looking at it as an investment property. So, as an investor, I mean, obviously the numbers have to make sense for me to like still cash flow from it. In that sense, and it's nothing to do with, you know, the way they kept the property because it looks like it's in good shape. And it's really just the market doing its thing and me having to, you know, kind of try to play with it and make the numbers work out for, you know, everybody. So, ideally, I mean, you know, what do you have an idea what the kind of rental rates are in that area? Just curiosity.
I feel like I looked them up. And I don't remember now, because honestly,
I mean, yeah.
I when I did my listing appointment with him, it was like in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
So we sat down in the summer and signed the listing agreement like 6-7 months ago, and he, at the time, his son was trying to buy a home, and it just took them much longer than they thought, and so everything kept getting pushed back, and then we made it coming soon on the market, and then they weren't quite ready yet, and it's just been like a very long process to get here. But
no one expected the market to do it what it did. Yeah, so it just put them in a hard position.
Yeah. So we're. I mean, I'm happy to like send you some of the comps from the neighborhood, you know.
No, because I have MLS, so I can I'll do my deal. I'm gonna work you harder than you already have. Yeah, so I'm definitely open to it. So my only challenge is, you know, I know that I'm gonna be coming up underneath because I think it's priced well. In my opinion, like as an agent, I think you priced it pretty well due to what the market is in the area. And honestly, I think you priced it really well, you know, to attract buyers.
Well, I always tell my clients, I'm like, it does you no good to overprice your home. And when I looked in that neighborhood, unfortunately, I think it's really hard to get sellers to see that like the market we're in now is not the market 6 months ago.
Exactly.
And we basically told them, we said, your home is in great shape. I mean, the fact that the big ticket items are solid is great. But I did tell them, you know, someone might want to come in and take the carpet out and, you know, and things like that, or repaint just because, you know, some people don't like the blue-gray colors, you know, or whatever. And so I was like, there's little things people might need to do. It'd be better to price it right for this market than I think the other ones that were in the neighborhood were like listed like $315, $310, and I was like, that's, or even $325 for one of the two stories, and I was like, that's not gonna fly.
Yeah, they still on the market.
Yeah. So, and I will say, you know, I know that he wants to sell. I know, like, he's not desperate, but he wants to sell. And I think if the offer was fair, I know that like probably like a 1% rental ratio to purchase price is not going to work for him, because I don't think that the rental rates are like $2,800 or $2,700. I can't remember for sure, but I don't think they're quite that. I don't think they're that high.
Yeah.
Even though it's Mansfield ISD, which is a great plus.
Oh, really?
I don't think they're quite that high. It is, yeah. So it's Arlington, but it's Mansfield ISD.
You know, the more I'm looking at this, I'm realizing I grew up right over here.
Oh, really?
I did. I grew up right over here. That's funny. I went to Timberview. And when you said Mansfield, I was like, let me look at this a little bit better. And like, it is right there by 287.
Yeah, it is. It falls within Mansfield ISD, and I know that's one of the reasons they actually own another home that's just slightly further south, which is where they live now. And it's also Mansfield, but yeah. So I mean, I think it would be a great rental property, and I'm, you know, more than happy to present an offer to him and just see if we can make it work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is just me being curious. Like, what kind of stopped him from accepting the offers they got before?
So he hasn't gotten any offers yet.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
I mean, I think that he did get some from like, because he owns the home outright.
Gotcha.
And he's owned that home since like for a long time. I think he got like a lot of off-market like offers from wholesalers just because it pops up as being, you know, paid off, and he's older, and so it kind of triggers those types of investors to call and make kind of really, really low offers.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, when someone's cold calling, they don't know the home is in really great condition and probably not a good fit for like a wholesale deal.
Exactly.
But we have not gotten an offer since we've been on market yet.
Okay.
So we did have it coming soon, but I didn't have any photos. And so I put the photos up, I think it was last week on Tuesday or Monday. And then we started showing, I think I opened it for showings last Thursday, and we started showings on Friday last week. So nothing, we haven't gotten anything in hand yet.
Okay, perfect. So, I mean, if anything, I feel like, you know, I don't want to be like those wholesalers. I'm a wholesale, but I don't do it as my thing. So this one would be definitely a buy and hold. So, I mean, I can understand with me coming in with a cash offer, I'm going to have to come in lower just because to make up for the market shift, which is doing. But what I want to do is I'd rather still make it a rental, but instead of, you know, going to the bank and financing them, I'd rather go through with the seller and do things more creatively to kind of get them that $300,000 price, right? So that's what I want to do. I want to make sure we get that $300,000. I want to make sure we get you paid, and you know that's kind of where I'm at where we're trying to go. So, how the next step is how we're gonna figure out doing that creatively to get to that point. So, are they open to kind of getting some more creative offers to kind of get to the price he's wanting?
So I will say, I know that we advertise this through one of our third-party owner finance. I don't know if that's what you were kind of wondering.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Third party?
So it is through a third party and not through the seller. So we have a company that we have been partnered with for a long time that will do owner financing for people that need it. But they are a company, and so they technically buy the home in someone else's, you know, stead, and then they finance it to them. So that it is really like a great fit for people who, you know, cannot get traditional financing for whatever reason that is. Usually it's like a credit issue.
Oh no, absolutely. I do the same thing. I do the same thing at Fort Worth. Yeah.
Yeah, and the only reason I think he's not willing to underfinance it himself, because he could, is that they're really wanting to like move out into the country in the next couple years, and so they want to be like done and not have anything to do with it anymore. But was that kind of what your thought was?
My thought was honestly doing something like that, and we can kind of get him out there. Like, what kind of time span is he thinking? If he just say it was possibility open to it, like ideally, what would he want up front, and then like how long would he want to hold that note until like he moves out of the country and everything like that?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm definitely happy to ask him, because it may be one of those things where he's like, hey, maybe this could be beneficial for me. To do this for X amount of time and just see if it works.
Yeah, and that way he gets his full value. I mean, sometimes I even pay over asking price just to kind of make it work in their best interest. So, and I rather make him the bank than make the banks richer.
Yeah. Yep. No, I understand. Okay.
So,
I can definitely reach out and ask him if he's open to that, and just kind of ask him what those terms would look like as far as down payment, interest rate, length, term, length of time, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
sure. Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't mind shooting me a text just with your name and everything when we get off the phone, that way I can just be like, for sure how I'm really, really bad. Like if I don't like save a number, but if you can text me, I'll just make sure that I get with him and chat with him, because I was going to call him tomorrow to just talk about the feedback I got this week and how the showings. We had one yesterday and one today, and we have a couple this weekend. So just kind of like one every day.
All right.
Get with him and let him know like feedback from people. So I can definitely talk to him tomorrow about that and see what he says.
Absolutely. And then if anything, I'll be just a good follow up just to make sure everything's on the up and up. Okay.
Sounds good. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Jenny. You have a good New Year's and good day.
All right. You too.
All right.
Bye.
Cool. So Jenna's open to having that conversation with I didn't even get his name. But she's open to have that conversation with him. So I feel like I don't know if it's really his bunnies, but we know part of the motivation of why is he's trying to get rid of this house, because he really wants to get out of the country, or not out of the country, out into the country. And so also to answer your question, Harvey, am I mainly looking for creative deals, or am I also doing cash deals and wholesaling them? So I'm doing both. I'm not going to count one out of the other. Like I definitely rather have a creative deal, honestly. But if a seller's just not willing to do creative at all, and there's a cash opportunity there, and the cash offer's gonna be a lot less, and they take it, and then I can wholesale that, then I'm gonna do that too. So I kind of, whatever opportunity presents itself, honestly, I'm gonna take it. But ideally, I'm always like, I think I said before, like I'm mainly, I'll say my cash offer, and I'll kind of be upfront with them. I was like, hey, my cash is not going to come up to your listing offer, and see how they take that. And what I saw in his listing, he didn't have any reductions on his price, so it doesn't seem like he's really like even trying to hear anything about a lower offer than what he already has. So I told him like, I'm not going to be at your asking price. But I wanna get at your asking price if we can do things more creatively to kind of get to that point. And she kind of knew where I was going with it, and kind of was more familiar, so that kind of helped out. But I'm doing both to answer your question. I'll do both. Mainly looking for creative though. So yeah. Cool. So hopefully you guys got some value out of that call. Let's go ahead and hop on the next one. I'm gonna text her now before I forget, because I forget too. Hey, this is Damon. Just wanted to thank you. Call, and I'll be in touch. All right, cool. All right, let's see what you're talking about. What markets are you currently investing in or wholesaling? I am doing DFW. I say DFW, Dallas, Fort Worth, Metroplex area, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, all the big kind of metroplexes of Texas. Also in Florida, same thing. Minus Miami. I don't really like dabbling in Miami. I might, but not right now. I'm not really focusing there. So I'm doing Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville, all the surrounding cities like Lakeland, Kissimmee, Daytona, all those kind of little hot areas as well. So those are kind of main areas. Same thing with Texas. So cities like Dallas, Fort Worth, McKinney, Allen. If you kind of know the area, you kind of know the bigger cities in that and within the city. So yeah, all those kind of things. So that's the main two markets that I'm kind of doing, Florida and Texas, right now. So I don't get overwhelmed. And again, those are probably like the two hottest markets since I started. Cool. Right? Yeah, Miami's just, it's just a lot. But it's a good vibes out there. I always like Miami. Like I actually lived in Orlando for about a year about 6 months ago. I lived in Florida for about a year. And my best friend lived in Miami, so I was in Miami like all the time. So uh uh are you doing any multifamily deals in Texas? Yes, I am actually. Uh, I'm talking to a broker right now. Well, not right now. Last we talked was actually before Christmas, and he's still in. Where did he say he was going? He said he was going to. I think he's going to Europe for something, but he'll be back January 15th. So I was surprised for you guys. I was gonna hop him in with a call about multifamily broker. But he'll be back January 15th, and we'll kind of go over that. I'm not gonna spill the beans on it yet, but it's like it's a 32 plex or 32 unit multifamily deal in Texas. So I'll kind of give the layout of that a few days beforehand, and kind of tell you guys about that. But I do multifamily deals in Texas. I do want to start building a team for that because I know I can't do it alone. So I have been talking to a few people. I'm going to a meetup tomorrow and today, actually, today and tomorrow. So hopefully I can find some people that are not in the team already or looking to start a multifamily team. So we can get that going. That'd be awesome. Definitely want to get some more multifamily. We only have one in North Carolina. That 408 unit deal. We're partnered in that one. So that's the only one that we have right now. So looking to get some more in Texas. Cool. So let's go ahead and hop on to the next call. Got about an hour left. Actually, I was gonna cut it short today just because I was gonna pick up my daughter early today. So let's see how this next call goes, and we'll decide if that's what's gonna happen. But I appreciate you guys for showing up. It's Friday, and again, like real estate investor is a 7 day a week job. So I don't take off on Saturdays, Sundays. I even work a little bit on Sundays. Um, I, I work less on Sundays. I'll say that much. Like I'm always networking. I'm always talking. I consider that work. But I work a little bit less on Sundays. I see my family. I do all that kind of stuff. But I'm staying committed to my challenge, and I'm showing up every day for 30 days, and we're gonna do some deals. Victor. All right, so we're gonna see this next call. The meetup is in the DFW. Are you in DFW? Oh yeah, you're in DFW. The meetup is is it in Fort Worth? There's one today in Plano. One today in Plano. But that's like a raising capital meetup. I'm not sure all the details. That was just sent to me last night. I don't think it's a sub 2 thing. I know it's not a sub 2 thing. It was just a raising capital kind of meetup, so to network and meet up people. So I'm going there just to network, see what it's for entrepreneurs, not even just real estate. So entrepreneurs in general. Hopefully they get some private money lenders there. The next one is a sub 2 event. It's Saturday at 11 to 2, hosted by Zach, Chris, Zach Shelley, Chris Crump, and Jabs Carter, DFW leaders out here, and they're hosting a meetup Saturday from 11 to 2. I forgot the location, but if you go on the group, the DFW investors, I think it's on Facebook, something like that. They're doing a meetup tomorrow. Also, Astro, which I'm also an Astro student. Astro's also doing a meetup tomorrow at like 5 to 7 or 5 to 8. I don't know that location either. I'm just gonna go. As soon as I hear a meetup, I'm going. Like if I know if it's in like the DFW area, I'm going. Like I'm already there. Just because I feel like I can never meet enough people, and if I do meet enough people, then I'll meet them again, and at that point they won't forget about me. So I want to make sure I'm really known out here in the DFW area. See what you're talking about, Harvey. We need to connect some. Definitely, man. We definitely need to connect. My team and our diving agent outreach would love to do some deals together. I'm out here in Grooverville. Oh, okay. I was like, I never heard of that city. With Pace and Phoenix, okay. But I want to do deals in. I'm assuming you said Texas. Okay, cool, Texas. Yeah, no, I mean a lot of people are migrating to Arizona, man. Like a lot of people. Like they just want to be like that's. I guess that's just the place to be. I'm good with having it in Texas. Were you at the Golden Ticket event? If you were, I was there, so that was dope. But no, we'll definitely do deals out here in Texas any time of the day. I honestly don't market a lot in Arizona. No reason why. I just have no need to or have no want to like market over there. But I know it's a great market. I mean, everybody's moving over there. I'm sure it is. So we'll definitely, if you got deals in Texas, let's do it, man. I'm all about that. Absolutely. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see if I can get one more call in, and then I'm gonna probably go and go get my daughter, um, and call it a day. Victor. Actually, I want to make sure it's a good call. I'm gonna make sure it's okay. So this property dropped about $20,000 last month. So I'm feeling like they're in some kind of motivation. Looks like a pretty decent looking property. I want my man Juan. I feel like me and Juan gonna have a good conversation. Even if he's rude, guys, I'm probably gonna try to keep him on the phone with me, just because it's the last call, and whatever the case is, I'm gonna just try to keep him on the phone, see how much information I can dig out. And if you guys have any suggestions on how I should approach calls, or different intros, or different questions to ask, please drop that in the comments, because I would love to hear some different outlooks, some different perspectives. Let's get one.
Hello, you reached your voicemail box, Juan Torres.
Come on, Juan. You're my last call, bro.
Hello, you reached your voicemail.
Well, I didn't answer. We'll do one more. think my wife is actually gonna go pick up my daughter, so I could probably stay here. My computer's running really slow. Am I lagging on you guys' side, or is it just me? How many deals am I aiming for in a month? So it So I'm aiming for 10. Aiming for 10. Aiming for 10. Aiming for 10. Whether it be wholesaling, whether it be fix and flipping. And so I do have a partner too that also does their thing. And so we do work on deals together. So we'll kind of meet at there. So I guess like 5 each maybe, but 10 deals a month as a group. That's why I'm aiming at. Yeah, 10 a month. I think is that pretty aggressive? I don't know. I don't think that is. I know people are doing, but yeah, I know some people are doing like 30. Like some people do 30, and well, I don't know if that's mainly wholesaling, but some people do like 30. I'm mainly looking for buying and holds, and they do a lot of wholesaling on that side. So I'll let them take care of the wholesaling side, and I'll take care of like the buying, holding, negotiating terms, and all that kind of stuff. So on my side, it's probably gonna be less deals locked up on my side, but on her side, she probably has a lot more like here to here, here to here. Like we're having one that's probably gonna close on the 11th, and one that's gonna close on the 14th. Those are from the wholesale deals that we have over there. So, yeah, I think 10 is pretty good for us right now. We're about 9 months in. 9 months in. All right, so they dropped to 16,000 back in November, and they are they're pretty still high up there. All right, let's give them a call. Tom Harm. Tom does not seem like a Tom. I don't know. Tom just don't seem like a friendly name. Sorry to all the Toms out there. It's just I met some hard Toms out there. Maybe this Tom will prove me wrong. Come on, man. 7. All right, cool.
This is Tom Harms with Momentum Real Estate Group. I check.
Said text me. I'm not gonna do that, bro. Yes. Yeah, I am. Your listing on all right, cool. Can't get one call in here, man. They dropped to 15 about 2 weeks ago. These pictures are very bad. And it's crazy like how agents like take these pictures. Like, bro. Like you can't be trying to sell this house. You can't be trying to sell this house the way you took these pictures. Like I'll show you guys because I don't want y'all to think I'm boosting it. But This agent did a terrible job of taking pictures. Or whoever took the pictures. Oop, not that one. So, like, you know, like, what is this picture? Like, what do you, I don't even know what you're really showing. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. That's different. Looks like a Gallica thing, or like a little spaceship thing. That's great. That's pretty dope. They have is that a gazebo? A gazebo? I think it's called. They have a pool. But it's just the quality of the pictures, like pictures that don't even make sense, like this one. Like, bro, what? You gonna take a picture of a window of the room? Like, not even the room, like, but a picture of the window in the room, and then the closet in the room, like not the whole room. Like, what is this? Like, I don't even know what area the house is in. So that's what I mean. Like, that's ridiculous. But we're gonna call him anyways. It's probably why the house is not selling. I'm gonna ask him that. So I'm like, why do you think the house is not selling? Well, I think it's because of the pictures that you have. Now I'm not gonna do that to Mimi. Not gonna do that to Mimi. Then it could not be Mimi's fault. She could just the seller could have probably did this. Oh, I texted. I texted. Did it to send that? I sent that number to the dude I just called, Tom. Tom's definitely not gonna call me back now. He's definitely not gonna call me back. He's gonna call me.
Please leave your message.
Come on, Mimi. Me.
Please leave your message for 214.
Oh, so in the description they said professional pictures coming soon. This has been on the market for about 71 days. I don't think they're coming. I'm gonna text them and tell I was interested about this. I actually kind of like that property though, and it's in a pretty good area. Somebody was looking for a house in North Richland Hills, so I'm hoping. I'm hoping I can get that one under financing and rent it out to them because I already have Rabbi that's open to it, and I know they got the funds for it. Hey, this is Damien. I was calling about your listing on Cool. All right. I'm just going to the next one. All right. Next one says it is in North Richland Hills. Got a $10,000 price reduction about 2 months ago. It's good looking. Mike Garza. Trying to see if it's so I usually like looking at the closets in the rooms because if they're empty, I feel like 9 times out of 10 they're like a flipper. So like these closets are empty and it has blue tape in it, and so I feel like this is a flipper. So I honestly, it's not that I'm not gonna waste my time. I just need to know how I'm gonna address the conversation because he could be a potential buyer in this area. Now with his house sitting on the market for 70 days, probably not, but he probably like after this one I'm done. But yeah. Yeah, this one just looks like a flip.
Hello, Mike Garza.
Hey, Mike, this is Damien. How you doing?
Damien, doing good, thanks.
Hey, yeah, I was calling you about your listing. You had a one on Fair Meadows.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so is that one of you guys' projects that you guys did and put on the market, or is this
I'm the realtor that is listing the property. The seller is a different person. I'm representing the seller, trying to get it sold to whoever is interested in making an offer on it.
Gotcha, no worries. Okay, so I mean, I guess the only thing I really just noticed, I mean, it looks like they did like a really nice job on it, or at least kept it up to speed. Really nice. I was kind of wondering like what kind of had it sit on the market for a while.
So we were under contract at one point, and the buyer terminated because they felt that the house still needed more work to do, and they didn't want to do that work. So at this point, I think the price is a little aggressive. The seller is very negotiable and willing to come down.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I mean, that's honestly what I was kind of looking. I didn't know if there was anything structurally wrong that kind of stopped it from getting to point A to point B.
Right.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, I'm an investor with it, so I'm looking at it as far as like an investment property, which it looks like they already kind of put it up to speed as far as like being a rental. It looks like it's ready to be rented right now.
Yeah, it's been leased probably for the last 7 to 8 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't have the numbers right in front of me as to what they were getting. I'm sure it was probably lower than market rate. You probably know what you can get for a 3.22 in that neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
But regarding foundation, yeah, that entire town, North Richland Hills, has a lot of that foundation settling, and I have an engineer's report very recently from like November, I believe. So the engineer went out there. He observed that there is some sloping. He is not recommending repairs because it's really not going to, even if you level the property, like it's not going to improve the foundation. It's just kind of, that's the way it is for homes of this age in that area.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100% understand, and that's understood. I mean, I have one out there like a little bit south of it, but I get what you mean from that. So what I'm doing, I mean, obviously, I'm looking at it as far as like I need to still make cash flow from it, right? So I want to, I'm transparent with it. Am I even in the ballpark if I'm coming like somewhere under 200?
I don't think so. I think it's probably going to be closer to 235. So yeah, I think you'd be pretty far off.
Yeah, and it's nothing to do with the house because, like I said, the house is in immaculate condition. It's really just because the rates and the way they are. It's kind of forcing me to kind of, obviously. So okay, I'm open to it. So the thing is, I can either do cash or we can, I can actually get the seller with their one that's at asking price. It's just, we have to things more creatively on how to get to that price, and then of course take care of you as well.
Yeah.
So are they open to doing something like that?
Doing what exactly? I'm sorry.
So if I'm able to get them their prices they're looking for, that 295,
sure.
And if we work that out, how to get them that price creatively, give them some up now and give them some over time, just to kind of make things work, and they'd be done with it. Would that be something they're open to?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I think at this point, he would be open to an offer. Period.
Right.
Creative. We may need to be creative, just because he's ready to get it off his books.
Okay, so let me do that. Let me get something written up for you so we can have something tangible to look at, and let's kind of work on that and get this one off the books.
Cool. All right.
All right, my man.
Have you had a chance to walk through the property already?
I haven't. I just saw it on MLS, so I'm like, I'm just going through it. I'm like, this one looks great. Like, I wonder what's kind of going on. So I was like, let me just give Mike a call and see what's going on.
Cool. All right. It's Damien.
It's Damien.
Okay, Damien.
All right.
Well, any other questions?
Let me make sure I got a good email from you.
Yeah. Would you mind texting that to me, and I'll just forward you the engineer's report and some other information for you to look through?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
All right. You have a good one, okay?
Sir. Thanks, Damien.
All right. All right, bye. Cool. So he didn't give me no pushback whatsoever. He was like, yeah, man, at this point. And honestly, a lot of agents are the exact same way. They're like, yeah, they're like, hey, at this point, anything will work. Like, I know, I just want to get this house sold. Like, he just want to get this off the books. He doesn't want to deal with it. Like, if he can get the asking price and be done with it, then cool. And he had it written out for like the last 8 years, so he's okay with making like at least some monthly payments, and getting some up front. So he either has his paid off clear in paid off clear, or he just he still has a mortgage and we can kind of work with that. So we'll get all those details out, and we'll get that going. I think the next call is probably us kind of relaying that back to the seller, and probably getting us all three on the call and kind of going over how we're going to structure it and do all that kind of jazz, because he's open to it. He's open to do it creative. The agent's open doing things more creatively, and we just got to see where the numbers work out for everybody, right? So I think that is a good stopping point for today, guys. Actually, I'll do one more. Just because he was good. Let me text him back real quick. Hey, Mike, I appreciate the talk. Here is my email. Cool. Yeah, he wants to just get them off the books. Let me save his number too. Appreciate you, Alex. Mike. North Richland Hills. And thing is, I was just saying, like, I have a rap buyer already over there. So even if he wants like a higher down payment or something like that, I know this rap buyer got it, and I'm able to work out the monthly payments, however that comes. But I think that might be a good one. That might be one of the deals we make this month. Might be. Where am I trying to? All right, let's do one more. We can do one more. says sold. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, almost sold. All right, this one dropped about 25,000 last month. It's a pretty big drop for somebody. Bridget Bell. Let's give Bridget a call. Happiness. Oops. LOI, both offers. Let's see. This is where I really need a CRM. Bridget Bell. And so the funny thing is when you get a chance to like look up these agents and stuff like that, it gives you a chance to kind of, see how you're going to approach it. Like, whether it's a man or a female, then I'm going to, talk softer with a female than I am with a guy. Based off the, the age range, usually like, older people, like you kind of already know they probably have a mindset of, doing things more traditionally or doing things like where they know it all, where like you're like they'll kind of talk like that. Some of them are sweethearts. And you kind of really never know with the older crowd. And their pictures are so deceiving because they can like smile like angels, but then like they don't. Like right here, Bridget, like she looks like the sweetest person ever, but we're gonna find out. When it gets to business, they don't want to hear about nothing. And they feel like they already know everything. There you go, power one more. Yes, sir.
Hello, this is Bridget.
Hey, Bridget, this is Damien. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm blessed and busy. I can't complain.
Yeah.
I'm actually calling about your listing you have on Dove Meadow.
Mm-hmm.
That is a beautiful property.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was just kind of wondering why is it still sitting on the market right now?
Well, that's what we've been wondering. I think that we started, the price was too high. We got caught in the market, coming down. To be honest, we're starting to have a lot of interest right now. So,
awesome.
I just think, the timing was part of it. But it's really, some people want to do some cosmetic updates, but otherwise the sellers are interested in turning over a working property to a buyer.
Yeah. And so, I mean, transparent, like I'm an investor in the area. So I'm looking at those as far as like an investment property, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm like, this house is like, I'm still looking through pictures. I'm like, this house is immaculate, like marble and like the way they just have everything going. The bathrooms look amazing. I'm like, wow. Fireplace is great. So is that a wet bar?
Yes.
Oh man, you have everything in here.
Yeah.
And it's a big house.
And it's pier and beam foundation, and which is great. And the sellers did do it needed some foundation work, which they did previous to putting it on the market. So that's all ready to go. They added 2 French drains, and it really is a good house.
Okay.
Just finding the right buyer.
Exactly. And so, I mean, ideally, obviously you'd want to have like a retail buyer and rather than an investor. And so, I mean, I'm always like the backup offer, right? And so if anything, I obviously wouldn't come up to like that 660 price, just being transparent. And it's not because the house is not immaculate. The house is perfect, but it's just the interest rates are kind of kicking me out of the cash flow ball game, right? So that's where I'm kind of coming from. But I honestly hope you guys get a retail buyer before things go too long for it to be on the market.
Right.
So
well, actually, we've got, it goes along, and I've got 2 different people right now this weekend that are probably, you never know 100%, but I'll probably get an offer from them. So,
okay.
So that's good. Of course, I don't know what it'll look like or anything, but if you want to, do you have I can give you my email address if you want to just send me your information, and I can hold on to it in case, the sellers are interested.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so the thing is, I want to kind of be most as competitive as I can. And so I'm open to, the only way that I'm only able to do that 660 price is if we do things more creatively on how we get to that point. And so obviously take care of your commission too, right? So I'm open to doing that. I mean, if the sellers are kind of more open to hearing like how we can kind of work that out to get them that price.
Okay. Well, I know they're going to want to see what happens with these 2, but
yeah, absolutely.
Again, if you'll just email me your information, then I'll have it, and you might just write that in the email too, so I'll remember, that you could with some help or creative solutions, we could get to that price.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll do all that in the email, and then let me make sure I get the email first too, so I don't forget.
Okay. All right. It's Bridget, BRIDGET.
Yep.
At Ebby, EBBY.com.
.com. Simple. I got you. Okay, yeah. So I mean, if anything, I'll be a great backup, and then let's see what this they bring to the table with the offers, and if you guys don't like it, maybe you guys can hear a little bit about what we can do, and then kind of go from there.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, Bridget. You have a good one.
Thanks. You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Cool. So I'm gonna put that as a follow-up for 1 week follow-up for her. 1 week follow-up. And I think that's a good one to end it on. I think that's pretty cool. Broker versus normal agents. Yes. So yeah, 100%. Like brokers understand creative financing. Like you really don't have to explain it to them, because a lot of the times, like dealing with brokers and dealing with multifamily, and a lot of multifamily is acquired by doing creative financing in some sort of fashion. So whenever you're having to whenever you kind of pitch creative to like multifamily or brokers, they're like, okay, tell me what your terms are, or whatever the case is. Like they're all gung ho for it. But when talking to agents, like in their, and it just goes based off their education level. How much do you actually want to learn about real estate, and how much do you not? Like same thing is like you only learn one specific thing and that's it. And that's all you're gonna know. But no, absolutely. So absolutely right, Diego. So good to see you here too, my man. I think I'm gonna call it here, guys. It's a little bit short, but I gotta pick up my girl. I would also that don't matter. Wait, what? Who is this? Yeah, so that's how things go. I appreciate you guys for coming. I will be back here Saturday. I will probably be live at an event, so you guys can kind of see that. If I don't, I may change up the time. I may change up the time when I do the live, but if you guys look at my social media, Instagram, Facebook, I'll post it on there as far as like what times I'm gonna do it at. I may keep it at the 12:30 time, but I know I have a meetup at 11 to 2, so I might just make it that time frame and kind of do that whole thing live. So I think that'd be dope. So yeah, it's gonna show like the whole meetup, the whole meeting and greeting people. I'll see how they do the setup. I might show up a little bit early just to see. And yeah, let's go from there. So got a few showings tomorrow too. We'll go over those, and we'll go through all of that mess. So appreciate you guys for coming again, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.